What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jim. I tinker with a lot of EV stuff, car stuff, solar stuff, pretty much anything. But anyways, I was sent this DiabloSport monitor slash display for my Ford Lightning that's over there behind me. I guess these work with any Ford EV, which currently is the Ford Lightning and the Ford Mach-E, and this should work with both of them. I don't really know what to expect. This was just sent to me, but I'm looking forward to giving it a try. First off, yes, this was sent to me for free as a sponsorship from the company, but that doesn't change the fact that I will always be honest with my reviews. If it sucks, I'll tell you it sucks, I promise. But I doubt it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It's supposed to show me temperatures, voltages, cell balance, I think, all that kind of stuff. Installation looks like it's gonna be super easy. You just plug it into the OBD2 port. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right, here we are. Gonna open this thing up and check it out. So it's the 9050 FEV. A monitor for my Ford electric vehicle. I think that looks pretty cool. It's a cool logo. Wow, whole brochure worth of stuff. Very well protected. All right, so here is the display. Has an HDMI plug right there, and an old school. What do they call that even? It's the old school micro USB. What else we got in here? There's something in this box. Oh, window mount? Yep. Okay, and here's the plug. It goes to the OBD2. So I guess it's not wireless, which is fine. Some kind of weird adapter there in the middle. Here is the USB to whatever plug that's called, and zip ties. So I'm guessing this will probably be a pretty simple installation. Okay, there we go. There's the window mount. This cable's pretty thick, just a typical HDMI looking cable. Looks pretty straightforward. All right, let me take a gander at the manual. I'll see what they say and then install this thing. Well, I feel like this is gonna be one of the easiest installations I've ever done. There's two books here, but it all looks super simple. This white book is mainly just looks like gauge setup, and you can change your display, set things up however you want it to look. I just saw Wi-Fi setup, so it looks like it has Wi-Fi. You can update the software. All that looks pretty easy. Let me grab the camera. Comes with a couple stickers if you want those. And here is the other manual, talking about the interface. Looks like it has this cool accessory port. That's what this thing is right here. And you could add a backup camera, or who knows what other accessories that maybe that come out for this, but that would be pretty cool. What does it say on the other side? Quick installation instructions. Pretty easy. Here we are inside my 2022 Ford Lightning, and time to find a spot for this. I want it kind of out of the way, and I already do have a few things in here mounted. So I've got my GoPro camera mount there. This is my cell phone mount. I did have a video about that. Also had a video about this. This is my awesome aux beam switch that I just installed. That's really cool. I like that a lot. But anyways, we're gonna find a spot for this. It does mount right to your glass, so I was thinking somewhere up high. This is at my eye level right now. I think up there would be good, because that's kind of out of the way. I guess you could also do it kind of low. Yeah, that's not a bad spot for it either. I don't know. I'll give it a try up here and see how I like that after a little while. Hopefully you watched my previous video when I installed my dash cam right here. But in that video, I told you have to make sure that you run any cables behind, underneath, in the backside, whatever you want to call it, of your airbag. You have an airbag right here, and you can kind of see a little bit of daylight through there, and that is coming out through here, and I ran it up this way. I'm gonna do the same thing with this cable. This should be obvious, but if you're ever in a car accident, you want these side curtain airbags to work, and if you have strings going across here, it's not gonna fully deploy, and you'll regret it. So I've got this plugged in down there, Cable looks like it's long enough to go over here to the center. I just got to get it tucked up in behind this airbag. That went perfectly fine, and it already started right up. It's all booting up right now. My vehicle is on and it is plugged in. Let's see what it says. Or death. Okay, yeah. Gauges and logging. One thing I'm a little concerned about is that a while ago, if you watch my previous videos, the Ford people blamed an OBD2 plug for a bunch of error codes that they saw. Nothing came up on my dash or anything, but they saw on their end. So I'm hoping that this doesn't trigger anything with the vehicle. I'm assuming they figured everything out and that won't be an issue, but that's just one small concern I have. So when I'm not using it, I'm probably gonna unplug it down there. Updated, check for updates. I haven't set up Wi-Fi yet, so I'll have to play around with this, set up Wi-Fi, and I'll get back to you. Well, I got everything tucked up in here. This little thing, this little extra plug for accessories is kind of sticking there in the way a little bit, but it looks like the door closes just fine, so it should be all right. Got it all safely tucked up around here. One thing that I should mention though, you might want to like play with this and set it up before you mount it up here, because my arm's getting tired holding it up here to play with everything. So this is a tutorial that they have on here, and you can just read all this. It just shows everything. Hit continue. I'm going to disable the tutorial because I've looked at it a couple times now. Oh, gotta go to the end, disable. And here is the main screen. I think I might be able to change a default screen, but if you swipe, it shows you a couple different monitors. Oh, it's pretty responsive, and I'm sure I'll get better at controlling it. But yeah, and I don't even know what all of these are. Oh, battery age, that's pretty clear, 13.2 months. That's pretty cool. State of charge, 84.2, battery temperature, 82. That's pretty good because it's 97 degrees here right now. Battery remain, 111 kilowatt hours. And so there's 3 screens, and you can actually change all of these screens as well. So if I tap there, oh, no, I gotta swipe. If I swipe down, I can change the wallpaper, which I guess is just like the background behind the gauge. Theme settings. It is a slightly bit slow. Yeah, here we go. See, it's just a little slow. Could be worse though. You can edit the layout. So it looks like tap each screen to change that individual screen. I wonder if I can move these. No. I don't really want to change any of the screens yet until I actually drive with it and check it out. I'd like to give it a try in its default mode just to see how everything is. Hurry up. Come on. There we go. Let's swipe up. Oh yeah, performance test. I was actually just reading in the manual. I didn't realize this was a performance meter as well. 0 to 60, 0 to 100, quarter mile, 1/8 mile tests. That's pretty awesome. I have a Draggy that I was using for stuff like that, but looks like this does it as well. EAS settings. Oh yeah, that's the extendable, what do they call it? Where is it? The accessories you can add. So it looks like you can add a universal sensor input, a pressure sensor, a temperature sensor, a power switch for like accessory items and stuff like that, an ambient temperature sensor, EGT sensor kit. The backup camera kit would be kind of cool. I wonder if I could run that all the way back to my T-Rex camper, because I don't have a camera for any visibility behind the camper. That might be kind of cool to add. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I mean, it's reading data from the car. It's all Ford data, so hopefully it's all accurate. But the unit seems really cool. Oh, and if you have the camera, you can tap on the camera. Okay. I am having trouble getting it to connect to my Wi-Fi. I entered my password, but for some reason it was just spinning and spinning and thinking forever. So right now it's not connected to my Wi-Fi, so I don't know if it needs any updates or anything, but I'll keep working on that and give that a try. But all right, I guess that's it for the installation. Holy cow, super easy installation. Sorry, yeah, I'm sweaty because it's hot. But I'll go for a little drive, check this thing out, and see how it acts. Well, I'm here in the vehicle, and it just booted up. It booted up actually really quickly. So I'm gonna head out, take a little drive. Yeah, if I give it a little throttle, it does move. The numbers jump around kind of quick, but once I learn what all of the abbreviations mean, it'll mean more to me, but pretty cool that it's working. Well, I thought I would check this thing out while I am charging. I'm at a DC fast charger. I think it's rated around 60 kilowatts, but this is pretty useful. I like that it's showing my charge speed right now, because the car itself doesn't give you much data at all, unfortunately. So I'm charging at 200 amps at 385 volts. Battery remain 99 kilowatt hours, so I guess that's what I have in there right now. Then battery age, that's obvious. State of charge is 74.8%, which is weird because it's different than what it says there, 78%. Not really sure. Battery temp is 97 degrees, which seems pretty good. And I thought these were kind of weird. This is left front wheel RPM, and that's right front wheel RPM. I don't really know why I would need to know that, because in theory they're both should be always going the same speed, and so far they have. And then again on here it shows my state of charge. This must be amperage coming in through a different sensor, because it's actually slightly lower. Yeah, it's slightly lower than that. Oh, probably because I have the air conditioning on. So the air conditioning is probably using about 2 amps. That would make sense. But yeah, so far I really like it. It's working out great on this little trip that I'm taking it on, and it's nice to be able to see the state of charge on here and see what my kilowatt hours remaining are, so that way I can do some manual calculations myself based on my miles per kilowatt hour, and I could figure out exactly how many miles I have left. Yeah, so pretty cool. Well, it's funny, I never really thought I would need something like this, but it's been super useful. I've been taking a lot of road trips lately, and knowing the exact kilowatt hours that I have in the battery pack, that feature alone has been worth it. So then I can just do the math, figure out how many miles per kilowatt hour that I'm averaging on that trip right then and there with those conditions, that weather, and I can just drive assured that I'm gonna get there or not gonna get there and need to charge or something. But yeah, for that one feature alone, it's been pretty cool. For the rest of it, unless you're a techie guy and you really wanna see the numbers, you might not need it, but I think it's pretty neat just for that one feature alone. I haven't actually tried the performance part of it yet. I just haven't had time, and usually when I'm traveling, I have the whole family with me and I can't really do any performance testing. I also just haven't edited the background or anything yet. I just kept it as it was. But I'm gonna check out diagnostics. I checked this out the other day and it said I had 2 codes. So I'm gonna check those out again and see if those codes are still there, because nothing is here on my dash. There's no lights or anything, but there's a spot right there you could tap on trouble codes. Huh, no trouble codes available. Okay, so there's no codes now. That's interesting. But yeah, I checked it out earlier and there were 2 trouble codes. Maybe just something normal with the truck and somehow it went away. But all in all, I would recommend it. I don't think everybody needs it. It really is just more for the techie kind of person, somebody who really wants to see the numbers that this truck should have come with. I wish there was more data available to the driver. I'm kind of used to it though, because the RAV4 EV that I used to have, I used to complain that there's no data with that either. It's again where Teslas kind of win with their user interface and all the data that's available. Like, you can't even see the charging speed in the vehicle when you're DC charging or any kind of charging. So that's a bummer. I really like that this has that feature right here. So I'm not charging right now, but charge current and charge voltage. That's really nice, so you can actually see what is going into the battery pack. Again, that's something that comes on Teslas, but this Ford truck does not have that. So if you like data, you want to see that kind of stuff, I do, so it is really useful to me. I think these go for something like 250 bucks, something like that. And that's up to you to decide if it's worth it for you or not. I can tell you for my Draggy that I bought for performance testing, man, it's been a few years, but I think that was like 200 bucks. And the fact that this does all of this monitoring and gives you the performance testing, and you can clear your own codes, I think it's worth it. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to do all the typical YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys.